Dr. Van Helsing Show. Today we're going to talk with two special guests, Miss Carmilla and Von Count Dracula. Carmilla, let's hear from you first. How are you?
I'm doing well, and you?
All right. I hope you don't mind the sunlight. But we have brought you here today to discuss your rise as one of the few famous female vampires. How did your rise as a vampire begin?
Well, my history goes way back, and some things are unknown, but vampirism does run in the family. My transfer from human to vampire happened when my sister Marcilla converted me many years ago. She taught me how to hunt, and she raised me, showing me everything I need to know.
So from what I am understanding, Marcilla was your guardian. But who did you live with growing up?
I actually would move from family to family as an orphan. I didn't really have a home, just kind of feeding off the people in that town, and occasionally the residents in the home. I have moved families 53 times in my lifetime. Obviously, none of them knew that I have been around far longer than they could fathom.
Oh, okay, I see. So growing up all these years, who was your idol or your inspiration besides your beloved sister Marcilla?
I'm not sure if you all are aware of vampire history, but my lifelong idol would probably be Lady Bathory. She made approximately 650 attacks on young women in her lifetime, and apparently bathed in the blood of virgins to retain her youth. I find her inspirational because she was the first female vampire to show up in history. One of my favorite current day female vampires would have to be Ely from Let the Right One In. She has perfected the art of attacking and has such speed and agility when she does it. I hope that one day I can meet Ely in person and possibly learn some of her tactics.
Well, speaking of tactics, how do you eat to live and who do you feed on?
I simply prey on mostly young virgin blood. I like to go out at midnight on the dot and crawl under the victim's bed until I'm ready to feed. Sometimes I don't even have to be very sneaky because I have a look of innocence. My favorite characteristic to look for when I am attacking is long curly hair that flows over the young virgin's pillow. When it comes to attacking, I am slow but graceful. Sometimes my victim will wake up and have no idea what happened.
So, do you believe you are the best female vampire in history?
Yes, I do. In fact, I think I could successfully feed on my victims better than any famous male vampire, even Dracula.
Well, maybe we should see for ourselves. We have already set up a challenge between you and Dracula to see who is the best attacker, male or female. We have the video recordings of both of you attacking the victim. To make it fair, we used Laura as our consented victim. We will talk with her later so that she can share who she thinks was the best vampire. Carmilla, are you ready to see your skills on video?
Yes, I am.
And are you all ready? All right, let's see it. Amazing attack right there, am I right? Vampires are crazy fast at attacking. Anyways, we'll be right back after this short break.
Grab a refreshing glass of True Blood, the top-rated drink for all the bloodthirsty vampires out there. Drink it right out of the bottle, pour it on ice, or make party shots for all of your guests. Go grab a case at your local liquor store.
We actually have True Blood beverages featured on our show today. Carmilla, how is it?
It's pretty good.
Well, good. Anyways, now let's move on to our next contestant, Dracula. Come on out. So Dracula, how are you doing today?
I'm quite well. How about yourself?
I'm doing good. As said before, we've invited you here today to discuss the debating question of who is the better fighter, male or female vampire. But first, let's hear a little bit about yourself.
Well, I rose to fame in 1897 when Bram Stoker wrote a novel about me. He tells a story about me moving from Transylvania to find new blood to feed on.
And where did you get your inspiration from?
Mostly I get my inspiration from one of the first vampires brought up in literature, Lord Ruthin. He preyed on victims with such swiftness and agility, and I just decided that I wanted to be known for having superb vampire skills like Lord Ruthin, and as we can see, I went above and beyond in reaching my fame.
This is nothing new to me because I learned about you in my English 130 class in college. But it is an honor to be in your presence and hear your story. Now, would you be so kind to tell us about your killing habits recently?
Well, I hate to brag, but I've killed a large amount of people. I usually like to make it stealthier and generally better than that performance Carmilla just put on for us. I just find that I feel better about killing them later on than if I do it quickly. This is just a change for me because I used to draw it out for very long and keep them all at my house for months at a time until they became crazy. And after being killed so many times, you start to feel less of a need to be mean to them.
I'm happy to hear that you seem to be nicer. But that is not what you are here for today. As you know, you're here to compete with the infamous Carmilla. I know you saw the video of her backstage. What do you think?
Well, I usually try not to insult girls, but then again, Carmilla is not a girl, she's a monster. So I'm just gonna go ahead and say that she sucked, and I really expected more, but it just wasn't there.
Okay, well, at least you're being honest. Let's go ahead and take a look at the video you submitted to us, Count Dracula. Now that we've seen Dracula's video, it's time to hear from Laura herself and see who she thought was the best vampire, Carmilla or Dracula. Good afternoon, Laura. How are you today?
I'm great, Van Helsing. How are you?
Pretty good. Anyway, we brought you on the show today to discuss who the best vampire fighter is between male and female. As you know, you were attacked by Carmilla and Dracula. We now would like to hear from you and discover who our winner is for the best gender vampire fighter.
Well, Van Helsing, both vampires were extremely talented, if I must say so myself. Both of them displayed slyness and top-notch vampire abilities. I don't think I could pick a winner, so I'm going to call it a tie. But if we must pick a winner, maybe we should ask the crowd.
Okay, Carmilla and Dracula, you guys can come out here and we'll have the crowd decide who the winner is. Okay, if you all thought Dracula was the best, let's hear it. Okay, and you thought Carmilla was the best, make some noise. Oh wow, well, I guess our resounding winner is Miss Carmilla. Dracula, your skills were still very impressive. Thank you both for joining us on the Dr. Van Helsing Show, and I wish you both the best of luck with the rest of your vampire careers.
Thank you. It was a pleasure.
Not so much a pleasure, but